person. I confirm that every morning when I get up. And this was one of those mornings. But we're on the road to AMP, Atlantic Motorsport Park, heading out to Shubenacadie. I live just outside of Wolfville, so it's like an hour and a half-ish, 2 hours drive with all the gear I've got. I got the enclosed trailer hooked up, all my fuel. I think the car is in there. That's probably the only thing I forgot. And we'll see. We're heading to meet up with Maritime High Performance Driving Club to do a little bit of lapping. Basically just using this as a test day to learn how to drive again. See if my suit still fits me, or my new suit. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But we're AMP bound, and yeah, it's a gloomy day. It is not the sunshine that I was hoping for. It's been cold all week. I think it's just hovering just below 10 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is. Something in Fahrenheit. Feels like 20, but I don't think it is. Anyways, we'll see when we get there. Got to give a shout out to Sam B, great friend of mine. We went to high school together in Cincinnati, and then we went to Berkeley College of Music together as well. And we wrote a bunch of songs during that time. Sam's wrote a lot more than me, but we used to play guitar, and I played drums, and he ended up recording a record with me in 2012. So that's kind of what's playing for you guys now. He's one of my favorite musicians and a great friend, so enjoy some music from Sam B.
Sometimes I feel like a ship on the water, flow without a care. Sometimes I feel like wheels on the pavement, rolling, going nowhere. You can't call me lazy, 'cause you call me daydreaming. Oh, it's alright, it's alright. It's just not so humble.
Alright, we made it. AMP test day with MHPDC. I got Brian here, he's going to help me tech and make sure nothing breaks. So we'll see how it goes. I guess I'll get suited up and do some laps. Alright, we just got done with the first session. It's looking pretty good. Got a little leak coming out of the differential on one of the flanges. Those are all new seals, so I'm not really sure. It's not a big leak, it's just kind of pulling down the side, so I'm not too concerned with it. Tires are rubbing ever so slightly on the outside edges. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's kind of right here. I think it's hitting, these things are kind of turned in a little bit more than I wanted, so I think I'm rubbing just a little bit, but that's plastic. That will self-clearance itself, so I'm not worried about that. But outside of that, man, there's a ton of grip. Ton of grip. And one of our radios died. Not sure why. We're charging that, and this GoPro battery is about to die. But that's GoPros for you. So, anyways, we're gonna break for lunch and then hit it again. All right, it's race day. We just finished up qualifying. It's not freezing cold. Track temps are really good, and people are looking at me making fun of me. We ran a 1:17.1. which is about a second and a half faster, almost 2 seconds faster than last year. but that puts me in 4th in GT4 for qualifying. But that's pretty good. That's really, really good. So I'm absolutely happy with that. And there's more time in it, so just get comfortable with it, and we'll see what goes, how the first race goes. So. Oh, Nick, I hope you're okay, buddy. That was a big hit. Race 1 is done. I think I'm like 3rd or 4th or 5th, but we're all super tight. Joel, Steve, Paul Gray, I believe, the other E30, and me in the 944 had a really nice go around. We're all just like super good times. I ran a 16.9, I think, during the race, so it's perfect. The car is like right where I want to be. No contact. Nikolai had a really big off and 11. I've got that on camera, so we'll show that here, I guess, if Nikolai's all right with it. But it was pretty epic over 11, tank slapper, and it got some air. But he's okay. The car's not, but it'll be okay. Dan and then we'll fix it up. So, anyways, looking forward to the second race. It's lunchtime now, so we're gonna take her easy. So, we'll talk to you soon. Well, we won. We won GT4. That second race was insane. I was chasing Brian Gay in the Volkswagen, and Ryan Burrell with the Turbo Miata was like all over me the whole time. And Brian ended up having an issue with an axle on the back straight, and I made a last minute decision to get over in front of Ryan, and we battled until the last lap, and Ryan ended up getting me on the back straight before turn 7, and I couldn't catch him before the checkered. But he ended up breaking out of class. He went too fast for our class because it's bracket racing kind of stuff. Ran a 16.2, and the rest of the GT4 field all went too fast. So it's a win. It's a technicality, but it's a win. So I'm right where I need to be. Today is good because like track temps are high and like air temperature is low, so the car's making really good power. So we'll see what the rest of the season is, but it's a win's a win. So I'm gonna jump in the Miata with Mitch. He's kind enough to let me co-drive with him on the 1 hour, so we'll see you later.
My nature, I guess.
I'm gonna do a video. Just about to jump in the Miata. Andy's 78. That's Andy Mitchell there. So we'll see. It's GT4 class. We're gonna do the Derek Luger Memorial. My hair's probably messed, but anyways, 51 laps. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. We're back at the shop. Give you an update of how the day ended. Andy had jumped in on the pit stop there about halfway through, 45 minutes, and finished off the race super strong, no issues, anything. And we ended up finishing second overall. And that's the Derek Luger Memorial Race. It's usually a 1 hour race, but it's 51 laps. Derek Luger's number was 51, so they do that every year in the beginning of the season to honor him. He was a great racer and a great mentor for a lot of people around here, and he passed away a few years ago. So we miss him, and we do the race in the beginning of the season to honor him. After that, I kind of packed up, forgot where the GoPro was, and just kind of wanted to get out of there. After we had some awards and stuff like that, it was a long day. So the awards I got, this trophy is actually from the Derek Luger Memorial. It's a trophy that Derek actually won, 2003 Pig Roast Double Regional. It was down in the New England region for SCCA, so they actually given away some of his old trophies, which was really cool to have. It's going to be Andy's trophy. It was his car. I just helped take it there. And then speaking of Andy's car, I rode with him last year for a lot. They did the awards for last year, and I rode with Andy for I think 2 or 3 races. I jumped in Michael Guy's Honda Civic. Him and I ended up taking first in one of the 1 hours in GT4. And I did one in mine, but I broke a gas pedal off. Ben Eason was co-driving with me, and I guess he just wanted more power and decided to rip the gas pedal off the base. So 10 laps to go, I think we came in, but we accumulated points for that race anyways. So that's actually, Andy and I had tied overall winners of the Moosehead 1 hour endurance race, which is really cool. So thanks Mike Guy, thanks Andy for letting me jump in your cars, and thanks Andy for letting me take the trophy back to the garage to look at, and I may give it a little polish. But you'll get it back soon. So, and then the other ones were the Sensory Motorsport race, which is my sprint race that I'm doing. I ended up accumulating the most points out of any class in that, and was the champion overall for Sensory Motorsports. So, absolutely cool. It's an honor to be able to on a plaque with names like Joel Nelson and Lee Petitpaul and Steve Phillips. It's way cool to have won that. So it's giving me the motivation to kind of keep going. So that's kind of how that day ended. Right now, you notice the car is not in here. It's on the trailer. I've kind of anticipated a bearing failure on that. been doing some oil analysis and cutting the oil filter open, and after this last race the oil filter was pretty full of material, and based on the oil analysis having a ton of lead in it, I know that there's a connecting rod bearing that's going to go. I'm hoping that's what it is. So it's actually jumped on the trailer, taking it down tomorrow to James Whitman in Lawrencetown at Lawrencetown Motors, or East Coast Race Fab. He's the guy who did the roll cage and everything in the car, and he's going to drop the pan and the subframe and do everything in the car and snap some new big end bearings in it, him and his mechanic there. So way cool that they were able to fit me in to do that. I've got bearings and connecting rod bolts on the way from the States, so we'll probably get those to him next week. But I didn't have a whole lot of time to do it, so I really appreciate James taking it in the shop to do that for me. I'm hoping that's the issue. I don't know. We'll find out if it throws a rod through the oil pan, which is what I'm trying not to have happen. But anyways, I'm prepping the M3 for the ASCC High Performance Driving School, and that's in a couple days. So I'm going to go out as an instructor and help some of the new students and people that want to get a feel for the track or want to keep pushing and maybe get their race license. Everyone will be granted, or if you pass, everyone will be getting a lapping license to be able to come out to AMP on race days and drive around in their street car. So it's cool. I'm honored to be an instructor out there and help shape the minds of new upcoming drivers. So I got to get to work on this thing, just go through the brakes, flush the fluids, check everything. It should be good to go. It doesn't see a lot of miles. I drive the truck mainly, but the M3 used to be my daily anyway. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. And thanks, Jeff, for putting together all the editing. It's much appreciated. And I'm going to try to do more of these throughout the summer for every season, and maybe some stuff like, you know, different how-tos on building things. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not much of a camera guy, really. But anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.